we're going to keep Stewart 5 minutes in the next hour as we get to your calls. Let's talk to Brian in New York. You're on the air with fellow thought criminal. He dare ask the military and police to keep their oath. Go ahead, Brian. You're on the air. Okay. Brian in New York's not there. Let's go to Brian in Jersey. Go ahead, Brian. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? The comment I wanted to make, actually, was regarding Obama saying to put his signs on stop signs and whatnot. I actually think that might be a good idea. Imagine if half the street corners in this country had signs that said, "Stop Obama."
Yeah, but see, you can put a sign up that shows him as God or looks like a Stalin with him looking like this going. But the minute you put one up defiling his godliness, the locals just flip out. The government comes out and lies and says, everyone in the town hates it, it's racist, remove it. And that's why the elite wanted him in office, was so they could play the race card anytime you disagree with him. It's just, I think it's blowing up in their face, though. I mean, now you can't say the word socialist. Let's get a comment on what Brian said from Stewart Rhodes of Oath Keepers. Stewart?
Yeah, I mean, there's a tough line to walk there. You want to respect the property and the public safety of your city, but then you also want to have an act of defiance. So I can't recommend that they go out and break the law, but let me just say you should exercise your First Amendment rights rigorously and fully. Because,
well, Stewart, why do you think I'm getting sent the videos of people saying we're just going to put them on police stations now? And I'm telling people don't do it, but the spirit of 1776 is so strong. I wonder if the police know down the road, if the New Order comes in, that it's not going to be street signs.
Well, you shouldn't look at the cops as your enemy. I mean, this is what they want you to do.
Yes, they want this.
They want that. So I would recommend not doing that. You put that on town hall, city hall.
Yes.
You put that on another oath breaker's house or something like that. You don't put it on the police officer's property. Not for now. Give them the benefit of the doubt. They are going to do what's right, and let them see you as their ally, not their opponent.
No, I agree. That's why I'm saying that this needs to be done.
Right.
But anything else, Brian?
I don't know. I'm just saying, do what the president had suggested you do. If he wants his names on stop signs, just imagine what that message would actually say. Stop Obama.
Well, what would happen if they arrest somebody putting it on a stop sign, or maybe below the sign so it doesn't endanger public safety, and then you get a ticket or arrested? You can go in with the official letterhead of the president telling his constituents to do it. Is the court then going to go after Obama?
Oh, I doubt it.
No. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's not going to stop the course, but it's going to stop, it'll probably say, hey, listen, Obama said to do this, so I'm just following the president's orders.
All right, let's talk to John in Missouri. John in Missouri, make it quick, please, sir. Go ahead.
Stuart, Alex, it's great to talk to two great American patriots. Keep up the good work. Keep pressing on. I got one point to make to all patriots out there. If they do press this issue and push the button, that all patriots need to know who the enemy is, so that they can be singled out in the future, so they can do their job. Know who the people in the CFR are. Know who are the people in the high command that have been acting treasonously against our country, so that when you get the opportunity for making a citizen's arrest or a somewhat different approach, they can know what their true enemy is.
Well, they wanted to attack Iran, but Fox Fallon said no, so there are even some good people at the higher levels. But we'll get Stewart Rhodes' takes on that when we get back. Thank you, John. We'll talk to Ryan, Dee, and Jeff, and others. Bob Chapman's coming up on the economy as well. Stewart Rhodes, isn't that the big issue? What the last caller was bringing up, that the establishment's playing a very dangerous game. They want to stir up resistance, but only enough to label it kooky and then demonize peaceful demonstrating, peaceful voting, peaceful litigation. They want enough of a revolt to crack down, but not a big enough revolt where it's seen as widespread and then they lose. So I don't want to give them the revolt, the violent revolt, but I don't know if the establishment knows. I think they do to a certain extent. There really are probably about 1 million people that really don't want to live anymore and just want to go after globalists. And You see the White House now apologizing, all these senators apologizing, saying, okay, we know you're mainstream. We know a lot of you are Democrats that don't want the health care and don't want the cap and trade. Okay, we're sorry. Yes. And so there's a total capitulation happening. I think this may have been them breaking and deciding to not go with a very hot summer and fall. I'm not saying that's happened, but I think they're starting to realize this is not going to be as easy as what they did to the Russian people.
Well, no, because we're not Russian peasants, we're not Chinese peasants or Cambodians. This is America. We have a long history of fighting back against any kind of tyrant. And so, you know, they got their work cut out for them. But they're still trying the same playbook, which is to demonize, marginalize, and chill speech. They're threatening you with arrest because they want you to stop speaking out. And that's the modus operandi. I get emails all the time saying, I'm afraid to join Oath Keepers and I want to be on a list. So all this DHS stuff and Southern Poverty Law Center, it does work on some people because it chills their speech.
But see, I don't see that working anymore, though. More and more people say, I don't care. Look, the answer is that they have 20 million people, 100 million on the list.
Precisely, right.
I mean, folks, I am on the top of the list, right up there with Ron Paul. So good. I am at the top of the list. That's why John Hancock said, look, I'm signing my death warrant if we don't win this thing. I'm going to sign it big and bold. So I'm the #1 guy they try to come after.
That's right. That's like I said on Listening Green. Is that the answer is to have 300 names on that list. Put us all on the list. And that is the proper response. And that's what I think is going to happen. So, folks, don't let them chill your speech. Because if you think you're going to be able to just be quietly the gray man on the mole and sit back and not make waves and you're going to be okay, you're kidding yourself. Go look back at history. Look at the gulags in Russia. Half the guys in the gulags are writing Stalin saying, I can't understand why I'm here. There was some mistake. There was no mistake. You're there for a damn good reason. Don't think being quiet is going to keep you safe. You need to step out in the street right now and speak up. Use your First Amendment before you have to use a second.
Exactly. The only way to beat these people is to stand up to the bullies. And that's what Alexander Solzhenitsyn said, to paraphrase, oh, how we burned in the camps. That when Stalin would send out his secret police arresting people every night, that we didn't wait for him with our daggers and our hatchets. And literally, folks, you cross over to a point spiritually, mentally, historically, that you're part of a species. And liberty and freedom for the human condition is what matters. And not letting control freaks and criminals and backstabbers and parasites run things. And I look at it this way, politically, not physically, but if need be. The Alamo. You know, Travis knew he was going to die. He said victory in death. He felt good about it. And it wasn't that he was some madman. This was the chance of a lifetime to stand up to a bunch of thugs. And he knew that his blood was going to water the tree of liberty. And so I don't know what people are afraid of out there. This is the real chance to actually fight for the republic when it's really under attack, when they're coming for your family. Stewart, closing comment in the last 45 seconds.
Hey, we're all going to die anyway. You know, and like I said, use your voice first. But, hey, I'm not afraid to die. I'm going to die anyway. None of us gets out of here alive, and what counts is that our children are free. That's all that counts. So it's time to use your voice, use the pen is mightier than the sword, use your pen, and speak out. And join Oath Keepers at oathkeepers.org.
All right, Stewart, as that fundraiser comes up, we're going to get behind you and our great listeners. That's who is important. I'm just the gateway to these great people. Is going to support you. God bless you. We'll talk to you as that approaches.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. More your call straight ahead. Bob Chapman as well. A ton of news. We are now entering the Second American Revolution. Carol Salente has now written an editorial concurring with my analysis.